All right. There are things that we know about in our culture that come from mistranslations of the Bible. My name, for example, the name Karen, for example, in Hebrew means two things. It means horns, a horn, and it means a ray of light. Now, in the King James Version, when the Bible was translated, someone mixed up the word that was used about Moses when he brought the tablets down from Mount Sinai, and they said, from his forehead emerged, and it should have been something like a halo, a ray of light, but it was translated as horn, and so Jews have horns. That's where we got it. That's where it goes on. Lots of things get mistranslated. You know the story, for example, about Rebecca and Isaac, like everyone talks about these perfect couples. You read this, the Hebrew, and somehow no one pays attention like poets pay attention to words. It says, when Isaac, I remember Isaac, he sent out his servant to find him a bride, and there was Rebecca by the well, the whole thing. And she agrees to come with the servant to marry Isaac. In Hebrew it says, I'll give you a little taste of it. It says she sees him for the first time. Now, if you know Hebrew, it says, Rebecca sees him for the first time. She lifts up her eyes. She sees him for the first time, and she falls off the camel. That doesn't sound good. I mean, in the King James, it says, she alighted from the camel. Right. And it says further, and she said to the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant says, it is my master. And she took her veil and covered herself. Now once you get that word, alighted from the camel, it sounds good. She goes to see him, she puts the veil on, because she's going to meet her husband for the first time, so she's very excited. But if you realize that she fell out from the camel, you said, who is this guy? Then it's a different story altogether. So, this is the poem. It's too long of an introduction, but the poem is about this. It was an accident. My head had been turned by the servant's good words, his helplessness, the heavy jewelry, and I expected some noble prince. And there he was, a 40-year-old virgin, puttering around his cave, the little plot of vegetables, unshaven, wasting his bath by watering strange beasts. And he was the man I had come all the way from civilization to remain with for the rest of my young, hungry life. Of course I fell off my camel. I came close enough to see God's reward for gambling. Still, he loved me, gave me twins, and I arranged that they would never cease fighting.